Want to know how you can gain access to capital to jumpstart your journey to entrepreneurial success? For entrepreneurs who are just starting out or those who have been in business for years, Minority Business Access is your podcast. Welcome to our show, where we will guide you in avoiding the pitfalls and thriving in your chosen business. Now, on to the show with your host, Solomon Ali.
I am so happy that you joined us on Minority Business Access. It is such a pleasure to see you here at Magnify Your Wealth. The last time I spoke with you was about a year and something ago at a Magnify Your Wealth in San Diego. Jim, I won't do it honors of introducing you and your company, but I am so elated that you are here.
Thank you. Thank you very much. I represent a company called Blue Pacific Solutions Group. I'm one of several principals in the company, and Blue Pacific Solutions Group, BPSG for short. What we do is we market to find clients who are in need of education to know what's best. How much money should I do that? How should I invest here? What can I do about my taxes? Those are the questions that people come in with. And when
Jim, let me ask you, is that for everyday ordinary people or people like myself, high net worth? Can you explain that?
Well, I had a life experience a long time ago, and it defined who our clients are.
Okay.
My life experience was when Lorraine and I were having trouble putting food on the table. We were struggling financially. We had some individuals and companies who treated us as if we were millionaires.
Wow.
They did not discriminate in any way, shape, or form.
Wow.
And that led us. We don't have a minimum net worth that you have to have in order to work with us.
Really?
Truly. The thing that seems to set our clients apart is that they have very high family values. Now, I know that sounds interesting that we're talking about a company that deals with finance and taxes and cash flow, but truly the profile of the people that work the best with us are those people who have these very high family values, high levels of integrity, and one other little detail, they typically are smarter or more experienced than the average bear.
Okay.
And
let me ask this, Jim. Okay, so your clients that you work with, what I'm understanding, all walks of life.
Yes, sir.
And you're helping them to make investments and identify tax savings, things of that nature. How did you grow your company? Because it sounded like you had somewhat of a hard knocks experience like I did, okay?
Well, you know that what's really interesting, I'm going to sidebar for just a quick second, those hard knocks are so incredibly valued because we can tell people to avoid the landmines.
Yes.
Oh my gosh. I started in the financial services 88.
Wow.
I'm very popular with Chinese because of that.
Okay, so that's a lot of years of experience. A lot of years of experience.
A lot of miles.
Yes.
A lot of miles. And I grew myself. I met Lorraine in the industry. I don't know if you know that. Yes.
So you met your wife in the industry?
Yes, that's right. We were.
Was it 80s?
No. It was the 90s.
In the 90s?
In
okay.
the 90s.
All right.
In the 90s. A cute young lady came walking into MetLife and applied for a job, and I'm like, I'll work with this one.
Okay.
So 3 years later, we were married.
Wow.
And
awesome.
It's been a blessing ever since.
Okay.
Because of Lorraine being in my life and Lorraine being the same background and education that I have, it brings a special je ne sais quoi. When we're dealing with marrieds, I have a depth of understanding better than a lot of people because Lorraine and I had to merge our money. Lorraine and I had to merge our taxes. We had to figure this stuff out on our own. And we did, and we've been sharing that and paying it forward ever since.
Okay.
Now, our process is really pretty simple. We call it, in fact, the easy process.
In fact, the easy process. I like that.
We do an evaluation. Can we provide any value at all? Then we do a assessment. This is where we collect all the data. Then we do a I have to get my S up. Then we do the strategy session where we lay out what the strategy is, do the edits, and a little bit less of this, a little bit more of that. There's always a little bit of tailoring. And then the final piece, the why, is your implementation, the schedule of implementation that the client defines for themselves. We call that our easy process.
Oh, wow. So, average client, if I had, I won't try to give an example. You give me an example what the average client looks like and what you actually do for the average client.
Average client, kind of hard to establish our average client because, as I said, we don't dictate who they are.
Pick a client.
Matter of fact, I have received a text just today, if I may.
Please.
I think it'll go a long way.
It's your show.
It'll go a long way towards detailing. Come on, here we go. And of course, it's taking me forever to pull it up. Here it is.
No, take your time. It's so exciting just to have you here and to share with the people at Minority Business Access on what it is you guys do and how you can help them. So that's just, please, take your time.
These are folks who would be if you met them in a diner and had a cup of coffee with them, they're very normal, very average folks. There's nothing spectacular from an economic standpoint here. He is a mechanic. She's a stay-at-home mom. They have 2 kids. They've inherited a little bit of real estate from both sets of parents. And this is what she wrote. I'm sitting here reflecting on how far we've come since the last Magnify Your Wealth seminar. We went from 2 to 10 properties, from $2,800 a month cash flow to $6,000 a month cash flow, paying $4,000 in tax to getting an $18,000 refund.
Wow.
In a year. I'm just kind of in awe of you and what your team do. Thank you. It doesn't seem like enough, but I don't know what else to say. You've single-handedly changed the course of our family's life and for generations to come. Thank you.
Wow. That, Jim, is so touching and it's so awesome. Okay. How do people who want to get in touch with you reach out?
There's several different methods. The easiest method is to go to bpsg.com and there's a Start Here button.
Okay.
It's literally that simple. You can also give us a call. If you're a baby boomer, that might be easier.
Okay.
714-577-8758. 714-577-8758.
All right, just for everybody, because they may be listening in their car and not actually watching the podcast, could you give that information again? Because I want them to be able to get a hold of you so you can be a blessing to them or help them in their families and change it generationally like that last family. Because that's very important, because a lot of people just don't know what to do with what their resources are.
It's so true, and that's where the strategic thinking comes in, and that's exactly what we do for folks, is help them figure that issue out.
Yes.
To get in touch with us, you can go to www.b as in boy, P as in Paul, S as in Sam, G as in George.com. And then there's a simple Start Here button. Learn more. You can wander around the website, or you can even give us a call, 714-577-8758.
Jim, thank you so much for being on Minority Business Access. After the next session, I would definitely like to get you back, so get some more of those great pieces of information that is valuable, that can help people. Okay.
Love to be part of it. Thank you so
Jim.
much.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You've reached the end of another episode of the Minority Business Access Podcast. Connect with us at solomonrcali.info to leave a review and access more resources. We hope you enjoyed this show and found great value. See you at the next episode.